Did you know that the world is filled with fascinating curiosities that often go unnoticed? Small details in daily life, unusual stories, and surprising discoveries can transform how we view things. From the origins of everyday items to natural phenomena that defy logic, every fact hides a story that connects us to something greater and more impressive. Hello, restless minds. I'm Code, and this is Discover It, where curiosity has no limits. Subscribe and help the channel grow because every time you like, comment, or share, you help us bring these discoveries to more people. Together, we can create a community where curiosity can change the world. Today, we'll embark on a journey through 60 of these extraordinary curiosities. Get ready to rediscover the world around you and be amazed by the layers of information that make every element unique. Let's explore mysteries that are as intriguing as they are entertaining. Although simply known as Barbie, the world's most iconic doll has a full name, Barbara Millicent Roberts. Created in 1959 by Ruth Handler, Barbie was inspired by a German doll named Bild Lilly. Her fictional parents, George and Margaret Roberts, are from Willows, Wisconsin, USA. This level of detail in Barbie's biography helped make her more than just a toy, a character with her own identity, marking generations. When inaugurated in 1886, the Statue of Liberty had a much different tone than we know today. Made of copper, her surface gleamed like a new penny. However, over the decades, exposure to air and moisture caused oxidation, resulting in the characteristic green color we now recognize. This transformation is not just aesthetic. It also protects the structure from damage caused by time and natural elements. Fun fact, the Statue of Liberty used to be bronze-toned. Literally, she shone like a new penny. Imagine the shock of people seeing her turning Hulk green over the years. But don't worry, that green color is her natural shield against time. In some mountain ranges, such as the Sierra Nevada in California, a curious phenomenon draws attention: pink snow. This unusual hue is caused by algae called Chlamydomonas niveles, which thrive in cold temperatures. In addition to the vibrant color, this snow emits a scent and a mild taste reminiscent of watermelon, making the phenomenon even more intriguing. However, consuming this snow is not recommended, as it may contain toxic compounds produced by the algae. If you've ever counted the rows on a corn cob, you may have noticed that they always appear in even numbers. This occurs because of the way corn grows. The plant cells divide evenly, resulting in perfectly organized rows. On average, each cob has 16 rows and about 800 kernels, showcasing nature's impressive precision. That refreshing aroma we sense before or after rain has a name: petrichor. It arises from a fascinating mix of elements: oils released by plants, actinobacteria in the soil, and ozone produced during storms form the chemical cocktail that evokes this nostalgic sensation. This combination not only pleases human senses, but also serves as an indicator of imminent weather changes for many animals. In 1969, Salvador Dali, one of Surrealism's greatest geniuses, left his mark on the world of sweets by designing the logo for the Chupa Chups lollipop. He created the famous logo in just minutes and insisted it be placed on top of the wrapper to ensure it was always visible. This creative and practical approach helped turn the candy into a global icon, proving that art can appear in the most unexpected places. Dali, the guy who painted melting clocks, also contributed to sweets. He designed the Chupa Chups logo in minutes and even advised, "Put on top of the packaging, folks, so everyone sees it." Genius, or just a genius being genius. While the Northern Lights are more famous, the Southern Hemisphere also has its dazzling version, the Aurora Australis. This phenomenon occurs when solar particles interact with Earth's magnetic field, creating curtains of light in green, purple, and red hues. The best places to view this spectacle are regions such as Antarctica, southern New Zealand, and Tasmania, with winter being the ideal time due to longer, darker nights. During the Victorian era, taking photos was a rare and important event, and people took it very seriously. To maintain composure, Individuals said the word promise before being photographed, ensuring a solemn and respectable expression. Smiling was considered frivolous and even inappropriate, associated with less formal behaviors. This tradition reflects not only the social values of the time, but also the long exposure needed to capture an image, which made maintaining a smile difficult. Located in the North Atlantic, the Sargasso Sea is one of geography's most intriguing phenomena. Unlike traditional seas, it is not surrounded by land, but rather by ocean currents that form its boundaries. Filled with free-floating sargassum algae, the sea is an essential habitat for numerous marine species. It also plays a crucial role in the global ecosystem, serving as a nursery for eels and sea turtles. When you sneeze, the air expelled from your nose can reach an astonishing speed of up to 160 kilometers per hour. This natural reflex is the body's way of expelling unwanted particles such as dust or germs, protecting the respiratory system. But beware, a sneeze can release up to 100,000 microdroplets into the air, capable of spreading bacteria and viruses over long distances. That's why covering your face when sneezing is not only polite, but also a public health measure. Ripe cranberries have a surprising characteristic. They bounce. To check their quality, farmers drop the fruits onto wooden surfaces. Only cranberries at the right stage of ripeness will bounce, while underripe or overripe ones remain still. This bounce test is possible due to the small air pockets inside the fruit, which also help cranberries float, making harvesting in flooded fields easier. In the 19th century, ketchup wasn't just a popular sauce, it was also sold as medicine. During the 1830s in the United States, Dr. John Cook Bennett popularized tomato extract as a cure for a range of ailments, including indigestion and rheumatism. The product was even marketed in pill form. However, over time, the medical claims lost credibility, and ketchup returned to its role as an indispensable culinary companion. Who would have thought? Ketchup was once grandma's go-to remedy. You could take it for anything from indigestion to rheumatism. These days, the only cure it offers is for boring fries. In 2001, the musical composition As Slow as Possible began playing on an organ in Germany with a duration planned to last 639 years. Written by John Cage, the piece challenges the concept of time in music, with a single note changing only occasionally. The last change was in 2020. The performance is scheduled to end in 2640, attracting curious visitors worldwide to witness this truly unique artistic endeavor. If you pay attention, you'll notice that the word "friends" appears in every episode of the iconic TV series. Whether in the title, credits, or subliminally, this feature reinforces the show's unique identity. Created in the 1990s, the series captivated audiences over 10 seasons and became a pop culture icon, exploring the ups and downs of friendship and adulthood in a fun and emotional way. Now you'll watch Friends with a new perspective. They snuck the show's name into every episode. It's like that catchy song you can't get out of your head. Strategy or witchcraft? Who knows? The concept behind Pac-Man, one of the most iconic games in history, came from something very simple: a pizza with one slice missing. Toru Iwatani, the game's creator, saw the shape while eating pizza and imagined the circular character. Released in 1980, Pac-Man not only revolutionized video games with its innovative gameplay, but was also designed to appeal to female players, breaking barriers in the digital entertainment market. The heart of a blue whale, the largest animal on Earth, is as impressive as its size. Weighing around 180 kilograms and as large as a small car, this colossal organ pumps approximately 220 liters of blood per beat. Its heartbeats can be heard up to 3 kilometers underwater. Despite its enormous size, the whale's heart beats slowly, usually 6 to 10 times per minute, conserving energy to sustain its massive body. Dolphins have a fascinating communication ability. Each one has a unique whistle that acts as a name. From birth, these marine mammals learn to recognize and respond to the sound that identifies them, created by their mothers. This type of signature sound is used to call them, even over great distances in the ocean. This behavior highlights the remarkable intelligence and socialization of dolphin species. Cleopatra, the famous queen of Egypt, lived closer in time to the moon landing in 1969 than to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The pyramid was built about 2,500 years before her reign, while Cleopatra ruled just over 2,000 years ago. This surprising fact underscores how ancient Egyptian history truly is, and how humanity's milestones can be more interconnected than we might think. Wait, what? Cleopatra is closer to the space age than to the pharaoh's era. History has some wild time glitches we don't even realize. Here's a thought. The pyramids were already antiques in her time. Bubble wrap, famous for protecting items and relieving stress with its popping, was born from a failed attempt to create textured wallpaper. In 1957, engineers Alfred Fielding and Mark Chavon fused plastic curtains using a heat-sealing machine, accidentally creating sheets full of air bubbles. While it didn't work as wallpaper, the material revolutionized packaging and became indispensable for shipping and logistics. The iconic Facebook-like button almost had a very different name. During development, it was initially intended to be called Awesome. However, Mark Zuckerberg and his team decided that like was more universal and straightforward, better connecting to the goal of user interaction. Launched in 2009, the button became one of the most recognized symbols of the digital age, changing how we communicate online. A single lightning bolt contains enough energy to toast about 100,000 slices of bread. This natural phenomenon, caused by the difference in electrical charges between clouds and the ground, generates temperatures of up to 30,000 degrees Celsius, 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Despite its intensity, a lightning strike's energy is extremely brief, lasting just a few milliseconds, but its impact can be devastating when it hits directly. In 1992, a cargo ship accident in the Pacific Ocean spilled about 30,000 rubber ducks into the sea. These toys began appearing on beaches worldwide, from Australia to Alaska. The event became a fascinating case for scientists studying ocean currents, helping them map how objects travel through the world's oceans over time. Even today, some of these ducks are still found. Have you noticed the small hole at the bottom of many padlocks? It serves a crucial purpose: to drain water, preventing the internal mechanism from rusting if exposed to rain or humidity. Additionally, the hole allows for lubrication of the interior, extending the padlock's lifespan. This simple yet ingenious detail highlights how small adjustments can make everyday objects more efficient. In 1887, in Fort Keogh, Montana, USA, a snowflake as large as a frisbee was reported. Measuring approximately 38 centimeters in diameter, it amazed observers with its size and rarity. Giant snowflakes form when small ice crystals fuse under specific temperature and humidity conditions, creating these natural marvels. A snowflake the size of a frisbee? That's not snow, it's practically a flying carpet from Frozen. Must have been hard to believe. Imagine shoveling that off your sidewalk. Despite being a symbol of France, croissants have Austrian origins. Created in Vienna in the 17th century, these crescent-shaped pastries didn't arrive in France until the 1830s, brought by a Viennese baker. France, however, popularized the croissant globally, adapting the recipe and turning it into a bakery icon. While the Great Pyramid of Giza is the most famous, the largest pyramid in the world is in Puebla, Mexico. Known as the Great Pyramid of Cholula, it has a base 4 times larger than Giza's and was built by pre-Columbian civilizations. Besides its impressive size, the pyramid holds significant archaeological and cultural importance. The human brain is incredibly fast and powerful, capable of performing 38 trillion operations per second. For comparison, the world's most advanced supercomputer operates at only 0.002% of that capacity. This remarkable efficiency underpins all vital functions, thoughts, and reflexes that keep us alive and adaptable. Ever wonder why bottled water has an expiration date? It's actually about the plastic packaging, not the water itself. Over time, The plastic can release tiny particles into the water, affecting its taste or quality. The water itself, when properly stored, doesn't spoil, as it's a chemically stable resource. Bottled water with an expiration date? Sounds like a joke, right? But it's actually the plastic that goes bad. So, don't worry. If you open it after the expiry, what's really expiring is the bottle's flavor, not the water. You could say it's immortal. Qing Shi, a 19th century Chinese woman, led a pirate fleet of about 80,000 men, making her the most successful pirate of all time. Under her leadership, the fleet challenged empires and dominated maritime trade in Asia. Qing Shi negotiated her retirement with the Chinese government, receiving amnesty and keeping her fortune, a nearly unheard of outcome in piracy history. Africa is the only continent that spans all four hemispheres of the planet, north, south, east, and west. The equator cuts through its southern region, while the prime meridian crosses its western part, making Africa central on the world map. This unique geographical position reflects the continent's rich cultural and environmental diversity. The Incas developed an ingenious system of record-keeping called the quipu, using strings and knots to store information. Each knot and its position on the string represented specific numbers or data such as crop yields or taxes. This method not only compensated for the lack of a written language, but also showcased the administrative sophistication of the Inca Empire. NASCAR races are not just challenging for their speed. Drivers can lose up to 4.5 kilograms during a single race. The extreme heat inside the cars, combined with physical exertion and intense concentration, causes significant sweating. Proper hydration is essential to avoid dehydration during these grueling events. In just 30 minutes, the heat released by the human body could boil about 4 liters of water. This heat is generated by burning calories during vital functions like breathing, circulation, and digestion. This impressive capacity shows how our body is a true energy machine. Genetic studies suggest that all people with blue eyes share a single ancestor who lived about 6,000 to 10,000 years ago. This genetic mutation originated near the Black Sea region and gradually spread around the world, making blue eyes a rare and fascinating trait. Imagine discovering that everyone with blue eyes is like a distant cousin. It all started with a genetic mutation near the Black Sea. Now, those rare eyes are admired worldwide and filled with history. In 2006, an Australian tried to sell New Zealand on the auction site eBay. The bidding reached $3,000 before the site shut down the listing. While it was just a joke, the event gained global attention, showcasing the digital platform's reach for unusual antics. In Norway, a restaurant called Under offers a unique experience, dining underwater. Located on the North Sea coast, it features large windows that allow customers to observe marine life while enjoying refined dishes. This blend of gastronomy and nature makes it a fascinating destination. The interrobang is a little-known but intriguing symbol that combines the question mark and exclamation point. Created in the 1960s, it was designed to express surprise or disbelief in a single punctuation mark. While it has fallen out of regular use, it remains appreciated by typography enthusiasts. In 1971, astronaut Alan Shepard, during the Apollo 14 mission, became the only person to play golf outside Earth. He used an improvised club and hit a golf ball on the lunar surface, creating an iconic moment that combined science and leisure. The Earth's tectonic plates move at the same speed as human nails grow, about 2 to 5 centimeters per year. This constant movement drives earthquakes, mountain formation, and the planet's dynamic nature, even if it's nearly imperceptible in the short term. Did you know the Earth is just like us, with tectonic plates growing at the same pace as our nails? Too bad, in Earth's case, those nails sometimes cause earthquakes. The black sapote, native to Central and South America, is a fruit known for its flavor resembling chocolate pudding. Rich in nutrients, it's used in various recipes and offers a healthy and delicious alternative to traditional desserts. Despite the name, airplane black boxes are actually bright orange. This vibrant color was chosen to make them easier to locate in the event of an accident, especially in hard-to-access areas like oceans or dense forests. These devices store critical flight data, including audio recordings and technical information, making them indispensable for aviation investigations. On Mars, the sky is typically reddish due to the dust rich in iron oxide suspended in the atmosphere. However, the planet's sunsets display bluish tones. This occurs because sunlight interacts differently with Martian particles compared to Earth's atmosphere, creating this reversed visual spectacle. The classic chef's hat or toque has exactly 100 pleats. Each pleat represents a different way to prepare eggs, a fundamental ingredient in culinary arts. This curious detail symbolizes culinary mastery and the tradition behind a chef's attire. In English-speaking countries, the phrase French exit means leaving without saying goodbye. Interestingly, in France, the equivalent phrase is English exit filer à l'anglaise, showing how cultural stereotypes are reflected in idiomatic expressions. Though free for users, maintaining the global GPS system costs approximately $2 million per day. This investment supports satellites, updates, and global infrastructure, allowing people worldwide to navigate with real-time precision. $2 million a day to keep GPS running? And here we are complaining about Wi-Fi not connecting. Makes you want to thank the satellites every time you don't get lost. While not as destructive as in other parts of the world, United Kingdom has more tornadoes per area than any other country. These tornadoes are due to the unstable climate, but are usually weak and short-lived, causing minimal damage. The Eiffel Tower, now a symbol of Paris, was almost not built in France. Originally designed for Barcelona, the project was rejected by the Catalans, who considered the tower unappealing. Gustave Eiffel then presented his design to Paris, where it became a global icon. The U.S. presidential limousine, known as the Beast, has no visible keyholes. Only Secret Service agents know how to open its doors, which are designed to withstand extreme attacks, making the vehicle a true mobile fortress. If The Beast were a Netflix series, its title would be Fortress on Wheels. No keyholes in sight. Only agents can open it. That's security at 007 levels. The Guinness Book of Records was created when Sir Hugh Beaver, a brewery director, couldn't determine which game bird was the fastest. Frustrated, he decided to compile various records into one source. The first book was published in 1955 and became an instant success and global reference. Pizza Margherita was created in 1889 to honor Queen Margherita of Italy. Its colors, red from tomatoes, white from mozzarella, and green from basil, represent the Italian flag. This simple combination became a globally beloved classic. The word spam, used to describe unwanted messages, originates from a Monty Python comedy sketch. In the skit, the word is repeated incessantly, much like spam emails invade inboxes. This humorous association stuck, giving the term its current meaning. Being born on February 29th, a date that occurs only once every 4 years, has a 1 in 1,461 chance. People born on this day typically celebrate their birthdays on February 28th or March 1st during non-leap years. Papua New Guinea is the most linguistically diverse country in the world, with over 820 indigenous languages. This cultural richness reflects the region's geographic isolation and the variety of ethnic groups preserving their unique communication traditions. 820 languages? It's like they invent a new one every day. Imagine the chaos of ordering pizza or learning them all in school. Cultural diversity at its peak. The stickers found on fruits like apples and bananas are technically edible. The adhesive used is made from non-toxic compounds, although it's still recommended to wash fruits before eating to remove residues and contaminants. The General Sherman sequoia, located in California's Sequoia National Park, is the largest tree in the world by volume. Over 2,000 years old, it stands about 83 meters tall and weighs 1,900 tons, making it a true natural monument. Although known for his dark hair, Elvis Presley was born blonde. In his youth, He darkened his locks with homemade products, including shoe polish, before switching to professional dyes, creating the iconic look he's remembered for. In ancient Greece, throwing an apple to someone was a romantic gesture, symbolizing love. If the person caught the fruit, it meant they accepted the affection. This simple custom reflects the symbolism of fruits in social and cultural rituals throughout history. Between 1912 and 1948, art was an official part of the Olympics, with competitions in painting, sculpture, music, and literature. While fascinating, the practice was discontinued because participants were considered professionals, while the games were aimed at amateurs. The first roller coaster was built in the early 19th century in Russia to transport coal. Over time, people realized that riding down in the carts was fun, and the structure was adapted into an attraction, marking the beginning of amusement park history. Just Room Enough Island, located in New York State, is the world's smallest inhabited island. With space for just a house and a tree, it's a curious example of how even the tiniest patches of land can become homes. Exploring the world's curiosities is a way to see beyond the obvious and appreciate the richness of details around us. From awe-inspiring natural phenomena to quirky inventions, every fact carries a story that sparks our sense of wonder. It's incredible to realize how even the simplest things can have profound meanings or surprising origins. If you enjoyed this journey of discoveries, don't forget to leave a like, share with your friends, and comment below on what fascinated you the most. Maybe others will relate, and we can spark a great conversation. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more content where curiosity knows no limits.